So did he just rule himself out of 2020 if he does not win?
It's not going to happen again.
He's planning on winning.
I know he is. It's just absolutely, if you think about what they go through, and I mentioned this earlier, if you think about Mike Pence's plane going off the runway at LaGuardia, and you think about what happened last night with Donald Trump, you just saw the video, and there was also an accident with the, I understand, with the journalist following Tim Kaine, also another accident, and then you remember what happened over the summer with somebody changing the stage, grabbing Donald Trump's foot. You know, people think that this is, you know, this is fun for them. In a lot of ways it is, but in a lot of ways it's extremely risky.
We thought the top story this morning was going to be Donald Trump being escorted off the stage because someone screamed gun in the audience. But then we woke up to this.
On the cover of the New York Post today, there, of course, Hillary Clinton, mop secret. Turns out this woman right here, Marina Santos, is Hillary Clinton's maid down in Washington, D.C. One of the things, in addition to taking care of the household, is it turns out that Marina was routinely asked to print out classified email there at her house to run the high-security fax machine installed by the Department of State. She had zero security clearance, and yet she had access to some of the biggest secrets in our government. Look at these classified items that were emailed and faxed to her.
5 examples right there, Steve. Some say sensitive, some say classified, but these were emails that were sent to Hillary from her aides in the State Department. She forwarded them on to her housekeeper and said, Maria, will you please print these out for me?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. She was recommended by Vernon Jordan again, who also recommended Betty Currie. Remember, Betty Currie was the one with the Monica Lewinsky logs that kind of blew up that whole thing that got Bill Clinton impeached. Once again, it's the same players, just from the 90s. It's their best of. Now we never thought to talk to the housekeeper. By the way, either did the FBI. And the FBI did not have a chance to talk to her, yet she seems to have these documents passed through her fingertips, including going to the secure fax and picking up the presidential daily brief.
Well, so here's what it comes down to. She made me do it. She's just following orders. Hillary Clinton asked her, hey, print it out, you know, fax and stuff. She's just following instructions. She made me do it. But it does speak to judgment. There's a reason people have security clearances in this country. It's because they know how to handle secrets. This woman, Marina Santos, was hired to keep the house, and yet she's been placed in a situation by Hillary Clinton and the Clintons around these classified documents. It's curious that apparently the FBI has not interviewed her, which just kind of shows you how flawed the whole FBI investigation into the criminal aspect of whether or not Hillary mishandled documents has been handled by the FBI.
And in this article, it talks about Bill Clinton giving a speech and saying, my wife would not be where she is today if it were not for Marina Santos. I want to interview this lady because she knows so much. Not only does she make the bed and take out the trash, as she's seen in that picture, or picking up her laundry or something, she is printing out the emails. I mean, how random is this? Could you imagine asking your housekeeper, log on to my email, print this out? I mean, it's so strange.
You know, we had Governor Huckabee on earlier, and Governor Huckabee says this is just the way they approach things. Remember, he replaced Governor Bill Clinton in Arkansas. That's where they approach things. Bottom line is, if you're Secretary of State and you know you're running for president in 4 years, you would think you'd go double and triple check everything to make sure your background's set. The foundation, complicated, all right? Her emails, that's a private server, extremely, even she admits, a bad decision, and it's much deeper than that, and it's ongoing. And then you have, oh yeah, have my housekeeper handle sensitive documents, and by the way, elect me president. You're supposed to look at someone's previous work history before you give them a better job. What has she done as Secretary of State that makes you think she deserves a better job? Paul Sperry goes into detail on this in today's Sunday New York Post.
He does. And what's interesting about this is not a WikiLeaks dump. This is actually from the Department of State. They put it out the Friday before the election. Now, something we did learn from WikiLeaks is the fact that behind closed doors at a conference that Bill Clinton gave in 2015 in Chesapeake, Virginia, he made it very clear that Hillary Clinton, well, it's her turn. It's her turn to be president.
In the transcripts, it reads, she deserves this, and she will not disappoint you. But to get there, we have to not disappoint her.
That's right. Kellyanne Conway was with us earlier. We read that out loud to her, and this is what she said out loud.
I find it to be a really arrogant, selfish statement to say that she should be president of the United States because it's her turn. She deserves it. She's earned it. by staying with him, by trying to clear the field of other Democrats who wanted to run.
Sure.
And so that's not how we pick a president, ladies and gentlemen. That's not democracy. It's not a monarchy. It's not who's next in line. But by the way, the royalism that portends usually infects the Republican Party. Who's next in line, who lost to the person, who won. And I'm so thrilled that this year we have a nominee who earned it fairly and squarely, who took his message directly to the people and came out of nowhere literally.
Absolutely.
They're the ones trying to fight against the grassroots, saying, why did you give us this turkey?
One other thing that Bill Clinton said at that same conference was he said the system is rigged. In other words, Bill Clinton and Donald Trump are on the same page. Delicious.
Same as Obamacare. He came out and said, and people thought, wow, he must be clearing the he must be helping out Hillary Clinton by pointing out problems with Obamacare. He later has been trying to walk it back ever since. So he didn't make a cagey mistake. He actually made a mistake in being candid.
Oh, they know what they're doing.